Our journey began before we even set foot on the plane. We spent a week of class learning about the history and culture of the Khmer people we would soon be treating. Through our class, we learned we were about to enter a country still recovering from the destruction left behind by the Khmer Rouge, led by Pol Pot in the 1970s. Under the theme of "To kill the grass, one must remove the roots," the country experienced a mass genocide where the educated and their families quickly became the main target of executions by this regime. These lessons were forever cemented in our minds as we visited the killing fields and S-21 prison where the crimes occurred. While we did not know it at the time, this would later help us connect with our future patients who have lived through this horrific and recent tragedy. Learning their recent history was just the first step in understanding their culture. Cambodia also has a deeply rooted religious past, which we experienced while visiting the palace in Phnom Penh and the temples of Angkor Wat in Siem Reap. The Khmer people still carry with them old values and traditions that have been preserved and passed down through the centuries. This can be seen through their religious practices, traditional Khmer dance, and their cuisine.
Before our first clinic, the pharmacy students spearheaded the organization of the medication our patients would soon receive. Our first clinic was held at a church about 1 hour away from our home base in Kampot. Our second clinic was held at a Korean Methodist church. We were able to attend a church service that was conducted in 3 languages at this location. It was in Khmer, Korean, and English. Our third and final clinic was held at a church located in the middle of several rice fields. Our clinics were an interdisciplinary collaboration, with each discipline working and teaching one another. Patients would first arrive and begin at intake where their chief complaints were recorded. They would then move to the next station where their vital signs were taken. After this, they would then be seen by our team of students and medical translators, all working together to assess, diagnose, and implement a plan of action in order to provide the most thorough health care possible. In addition, they would also receive personalized medication and lifestyle counseling from our pharmacy. From the minute they arrived to the moment they left, every patient received our undivided attention and captured our hearts in ways each of us will never forget.
As soon as I heard about Mercer on a mission, I knew I had to do it. Traveling to Cambodia is not something I get to do all the time, and the fact that I got to apply my nursing skills along the way made the offer even better. What I got in return for breaking out of the normal summer mold was priceless. Not only did the clinics make my current skills more concrete, they also gave me the chance to work with medical students and pick up tons of new knowledge. The cultural aspect of the trip cannot be overlooked. The Cambodian people are exceedingly humble and grateful, and I will never forget what it feels like to have 100% of your patients thank you for your care and attention. I returned to the U.S. with innumerable benefits. Clinically, I have been exposed to hundreds of cases and patients with conditions that I will see every day in the United States. I learned the value of basic health care and sanitation, and how things that we consider trivial here can be life-changing when not available. Participating in clinical groups with medical students and translators gave me invaluable experience in working as part of a medical team, and was an excellent reminder that the best patient care results from coordination between all aspects of healthcare. The 1,600 patients we saw and treated will be temporarily helped by the drugs we distributed, but the knowledge we gave them will remain. Similarly, while our actual time in Cambodia was short, the knowledge and experiences gained will remain with us forever.
If I had 100 years, I don't think I would ever be able to find the right combination of words to describe what this trip has meant to me. In 3 weeks, I experienced the full spectrum of emotions, from excitement to anxiety, from being heartsick to genuine happiness, and everything in between. Even now, in recalling memories from clinic and the patients we encountered, I feel just as strongly for them now as I did the day I met them. These clinics brought out a rare type of sincerity and appreciation with patients that so easily gets lost and forgotten in our own system at home. To be reminded of this revives our lifelong educational and career commitments to serving and ensuring the health of others. And this was also a trip that involuntarily ties you with the people you are with. You quickly form a family. beginning with that first 14-hour plane ride together. You live, work, eat, and play with one another. And it shows in the clinic through interdisciplinary collaboration and the investment we place in one another. There is something to be said about teaching and being taught by your peers. It holds a different weight than the more familiar classroom experience, and it touches you deeper than any other educational setting. It also tightens the bond you already had with one another. It so affects you that in the end you hate to leave this group behind because you know you will never have this time back. But it's a bittersweet realization. Sad to know it was the first and last time, but it also makes the memories all the sweeter. Some might say this kind of trip lights a fire in them, but I don't think that analogy is really appropriate. Fires are temporary and they always burn out. Instead, I look at all of us as pieces of stone, waiting to be carved into our final form, whether that future figure be a pharmacist, nurse, or doctor. And Cambodia was one of many chisels used to make our final shape, and it carved us all differently. The individual impacts are so unique and so exceptional that not one of us left Cambodia with the same edges or curves in our stone. And this is where I believe we will find our lasting impact and greatest beauty from this experience.
When we began our journey in Cambodia, I never once thought that we would save the world, but I did expect to improve many people's lives, and we managed to do just that. Our greatest impact occurred by simply seeing the patients as the individuals they are. People have a true desire to be seen, and by looking deep into their eyes, touching them, and listening to them, we were able to let them know in that very moment that people do care. I realized that every person has an amazing and unique story to tell, and it is vital that it be heard. One thing that I did not anticipate, however, was that my own life would be one of those that have been forever changed. Not only did I gain medical knowledge and skills, but I grew both emotionally and spiritually. I saw how the Khmer people were so appreciative of everything we did for them, however basic it may have been. From simply giving them vitamins or providing them with a much-needed pair of glasses, I never once saw a patient leave our clinic without a smile. Smiles which will forever hold a place in my heart. These people faced genocide only a few short decades ago and continue to endure the after effects of such traumatic experiences, yet display such joy and passion for life. They possess what seems to be an infinite amount of gratitude for so many little things that we in the U.S. consistently take for granted. I see this light in them that I so badly want to find, and I realize that I will strive until I do. God placed this amazing opportunity in front of me for a reason, and I cannot stress how grateful I am for that. My goals and aspirations in life have completely changed. I can honestly say that I have not only been impacted by my time in Cambodia, but because I was vulnerable and open to the challenges before me, my life has been transformed. I'm inspired to continue on in life with a mission to serve others. This was my first mission trip, but it will definitely not be my last. Thank you, Mercer on Mission, and thank you, Cambodia, for allowing me to cross into a culture so different from my own. Thank you for not only allowing me to impact the lives of others, but for transforming mine as well. I'm forever grateful and forever blessed for this experience.
I came to Cambodia knowing I would be challenged, but I could not even begin to fathom the culture shock that I would face. Upon arrival to the city, I was immediately challenged by the lack of sanitation and poverty. There were several women and children lying on cardboard boxes. My heart hurt for them, and I passed by wishing there was something I could do. That next morning, we attempted to touch the surface of what these people faced through visiting the killing fields in S-21. Even past the horrendous acts of the Khmer Rouge, the Cambodian people have overcome their oppressors and continue to rise as a stronger people. While it was very emotional visiting these sites, knowing a significant piece of their life would later help me to connect on a personal level as we attempted to treat them in clinic. My time spent in clinic has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my nursing school career. My nursing skills were put to use as I listened to the heart and breath sounds of almost all my patients. Also, while working with the team, I was able to use my nursing knowledge to counsel patients on various subjects. Clinic was a great learning opportunity as I was able to see and treat conditions I may not ever see back home in the U.S. I feel so privileged to have participated in this unique style of learning. Rotating through each part of our clinic allowed me a greater appreciation for each profession on our team. While we were all vulnerable, we leaned on each other to take a team approach in caring for our patients. We study a great deal about cultural competence, but now is my chance to really connect and display this with the Khmer people. While it was rewarding to have patients leave knowing we truly saved some lives, it was also even more rewarding knowing that the ones we could not save felt that we genuinely cared for them. One of my favorite parts of the patient experience was talking to people and asking them about their life during the Pol Pot regime. I think by asking this, we were able to understand them better, and they were comforted knowing we knew enough about them to care about what had been going on in their lives. Even through the joys and challenges, I ended the journey with a full heart and a confidence that I touched someone's life. When asked to describe my experience, it's really hard to sum up what the trip meant to me. But Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, says it best. 2 roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.